Okay, hi everyone. This is Professional High Priestess, and I'm just here to do a reading. I just wanted to show you a few things. Wow! Wow! That's the vibration here. Yeah, with 313, no, no. I didn't see that until now. I just saw the rabbit. I didn't look at the name of the page. Whoa. Okay, High Priestess. So those are going to be the cover photos for our new readings on my new YouTube. Gonna end up happening here is I have a few updates. Shell was involved in giving specific chemicals in order for them to play with spiral chemistry and what we call the Hadley cells to place pressure on the specific air placement. So the air quality and function when it comes to its force debilitated, meaning that the force of physics shapes that are not really necessarily created by the chemical but by behavior is way worse than actual chemicals getting blasted in the sky in the air right now because of what they were doing. That's why they're shutting down. So something's gonna come out with an air intelligence that's out of control. You may meet an Aquarius or several of them, and if they're organized, that's very disgusting. So what's gonna end up happening here is, yeah, I saw this. Look at this. A scrawny kid on the autism spectrum after molesting people's kids and starting a bunch of shit. Oh, I'm just neurodivergent. I'll just say that something happened to me and I wanted to play spirituality because everyone caught them trying to have me sacrifice so they can play with the computer. The title of this is They Die Trying to Make a Movie Out of Your Life. Now, when we say die, it's D-I-E. It's not necessarily die, pass away. It's Diziazanani, Aki Ikiwazi, Ikiwaziwaya. And it's just basically like an acronym, like how I have PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, Dukwasiana. That's basically in specific sequences through math and numbers. Iguaziani, that's basically bringing in specific sequences through crystals and plant life, and how certain plants, they have phytochemicals, right? Like they smell good, they taste, they season, they do this, they make medicine. That takes a crystal to run that on the chemical server. A lot of the plants have turned off their phytochemical because you were playing with period blood and playing with Qigong. You mean to tell me that you were putting people's bodies for hundreds of years inside candied syrups and candied herbs and preserving the body so you can then place revenge on people and play? And this is what we were talking about the shogunate, where they started playing like, oh, let's go play and showing himself as emperors and this, my grandfather and stuff like that, and starting a bunch of shit because we brought up shogunate. But in all essence, what we are also going to we have shown that the herbs have turned themselves off because of what you guys have done with your behavior affecting the herbs. There was no more phytochemical. So now what's going to end up happening is going back to the drawing board to find out what we can destroy and play with. Now we have no resources because we started a bunch of shit all at once playing spiritually. Because the fastest way to debilitate this planet that they did was play spiritually. In less than a year, we exhausted like 69% of our natural resources on the planet playing with the computer. We have nothing. And we take regeneration, but they want to control that by playing with us. It's not going to happen. It's going to destroy everything, and the planet's going to have to be reset. Just think about what side you're going to be on in that whole fight. So now, what I also have to show you is what I started with that council, the AI, where they're talking about a specific type of coding, a specific type of consciousness on the computer that would allow for a specific type of holding capacity and database capacity. But they're basically talking about simple. Simple is SIMPOL, which is a specific coding language that you can't find on the internet because they've renamed it. But somebody got messy and sloppy on the internet, and that's okay. Be careful of the links that you download because they have trackers going to people's computer, because they want to see who's coming to the website and reading on this, because what do you think you know? So we can maybe introduce you to our club. Isn't this great? We watch you all your life and help you out, and at the end of the day you get to join a pedophile group where you get to do the same. That's what their whole shebang is. That's so disgusting. And they think that they're going to bring a fractured math to us because they're debilitated and delusional in their functions, and it's not possible. They're giving warfare, period. They've brought down serpents that are the color of Uguazananir, aka a specific substance space where you go and you dissipate in this specific instant, whether it's seconds, minutes, hours, etc., because it's striated. So you build and work your way up in the force of physics to be able to go ahead and bring down a better force of physics where you can more permeate those molecular spaces and play with DMT scapes and scopes. What they then do is try to bring chemical demons, which try to impair those functions and bring up those functions that you don't want around. It's just a chemical demon. So what is driving this chemical demon is going to end up coming out and being destroyed, just period. When you're working with molecular forces, you have to understand that the molecular force is going to go ahead and give back what you don't expect. It's a force too. What you add, what you subtract, what you multiply, and then what you don't expect. There's always that factor. This is where Mantisa gets very expansive, what we talk about in the code, because there has to be other forces that can go with this force or that this came from. Substances, right? What makes white electricity different from pink, purple, etc.? And how do you create those things? Now, what is our access, right? Now, what's going to end up happening here is people are going to start to see like this was a bigger game that they all played with the virtual reality, right? And how they started a bunch of bullshit and played in space because now we brought this, which is something I'm going to go into in a few days. I'm going to do a whole tutorial for you guys about how this is all from space and it's around the Zodiac as a chemical server. So what's going to end up happening is this is all going to stop. Yeah, overcame demons. What the fuck are you talking about? You have a baby mama by some bitch that's like editing her face to look like a brown woman. And black people are going missing around you. Yeah, Oakland man dies at Santa Rita jail within 4 hours of booking. Yeah, the 16 with the tower. 11 and 5, that's a tower again. The 4-4, the 4-4, right there you go. Wow. Strange things are happening here because people are messy. Tow truck company makes millions illegally towing parked cars, starting a bunch of shit. A Quiet Place Day One trailer shows aliens explosive arrival and horrifying invasion of the jungle. Yeah, this is what she went to go do. This is what I really wanted to talk about too. When I'm saying that they turn your life into a movie, it's the fact that Lupita Nyong'o went to go make a movie about a black woman escaping an alien invasion while being tracked with sound. Yeah, and opening up a virtual fucking reality because she played in some ass movie which she knew that she shouldn't have played in, to come and play with me and talking about some you don't know me, I'm doing this and then doing that, and playing hella games to keep up a virtual reality simulation on me to make movies. This is what this whole SAG after was about. This is what I'm going to show you too. This SAG after where they went to on strike, the people in Hollywood, because they were also using virtual reality on some of them to get TV shows and ideas and shit like that. This is something that's very deep and prevalent happening right now when it's really accelerated in the time that they put me in virtual reality. So for 2 years now, the whole world has been collapsing and there's been hella going on. So that's what you guys really needed to know. But that I also wanted to show you guys was in relation to what I was talking about with the shogunate, because the shogunate really fought against what we call the where the ancient China that people got captured, so people would invite them over to the house to eat meat to glamour them. So now it just becomes a normal thing. So a lot of people don't know that. So now what ends up happening is it just came out and it's done, and that's just really done. And people are gonna go get cremated, and that's gonna be la 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 la. La 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 la, right? Nujabes, and that's done. So I think that that's all that needs to be said about it, and just let it completely end with the Chiang. So now what's going to end up happening is we're going to move forward because things are going to start happening here, which are of great economic development and prosperity for us, but for others may bring downfalls because they were involved in delusional, illustrious acts. This disenfranchising acts. Yeah, where is this at? Here how it all began. A Quiet Place Day One. Look.
So it's an ad for an ad. Why would they do that? Huh?
Before I play this, I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to just break the last of a few functions on the internet that were existing that were keeping this up and making people think that this was okay. Now this chemical server is going to end up going reversed. So now with this coding language, you guys are going to go look into that. And this, what I'm going to teach is how to use a specific way of bringing down astrological points and floating points to bring down databases, and then how you use that as chemical servers and coding. And then what I'm going to show you guys how to do is then use a simple, which is now a different language, and I'm going to show you how their design and their use of different syntaxes, and then also the way that they have their variable form, their rise and their run, and their syntax. What's going to happen is I'm going to show you how that can bring down master libraries in 4 languages, which is assembly, basic Python, and then like some type of Java SQL. So instead of saying Java and then SQL, Java skill. So now what's going to end up happening is you're going to know that all computer science languages are all about speaking gibberish. So when we stop speaking gibberish and stop playing with children sexually, which is, I guess, the person that created the gibberish is their requirement to keep creating gibberish, then you know the system has to be canceled, and that's just what it is. So that's just what's mathematically correct. And if it's mathematically correct, then why isn't it happening? Because if you're saying that you want to bring something else and inversions into me, then what are you talking about? And that's why I'm gonna get sick with you. And that's when you start to understand that hood is a force of physics, and you can't play with that in the computer and play games with goofy bitches to then become hood. So what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna stop all of that. We're gonna override permissions and passwords and database designs and database images. Whoa, database images. Whoa, baby. You're talking. You're saying explosive things. Dang, I see how you set the whole game up. But now, what's going to end up happening here is we're going to look into Byte Go and their explosive engagement with the digital reality when it comes to education. I love their channel. Go to him. These high priestesses want to play. Whoa. So now that was for somebody else, but they're going to come on here and show. Okay, look, we're gonna look into what he posted today, which is some of these coding languages that are now coming out. And when you guys are working, you guys don't want to really play with C plus plus. You really want to play with C. I also wanted to tell you that the chemical servers are going to expose a large ring that's been being ran, but how there's no phytochemicals, and they're going to bring out a bunch of nasty shit from the 80s and 90s that they kept on backstock. So be careful with the chemicals that like you're putting in your body and like where you're going around to. It's an unfortunate thing, but that's just what it is right now. Okay, so what is going to end up happening is you're going to start overpowering databases in large ways. And then when you're overpowering databases in large ways, you're able to get more of the libraries that you want to get, because that language that I mentioned builds out libraries on in whatever type of language that you're using. It helps to bring out the libraries in specific languages, though, like types of languages. So you're gonna go ahead and start like looking deeper into how to create like a better, cleaner system that's way more streamlined in design. That was just simple in an instant. It just gets handled in an instant. Yeah, it does. And there's just a bad energy substance that was created on the planet, like an energy substance. Yes, it takes on form as an entity. And when we say energy and substance, we mean something that flows and moves and has a force of physics, and then substance, something that carries forces and carries functions to facilitate in its outer environment. So, good. You're gonna go ahead and use that language to automatically bring down libraries that you want to use, and that's where it's gonna just stop. Okay. So let me just go ahead and show you this because the feds are going to shut all this down. They're hella goofy and disgusting starting something like this with everything that's going on. Yeah, and I just wanted to show you too that these cows are bringing Chiang so viciously. You should have seen one of the ones that I saw earlier today. I was like, what? I just have to show you. This is what you guys are playing with.
Strawberry or nut?
Because you guys are eating meat and Chiang. Yeah, I watch these. Whoa! Whoa! Because you guys are eating meat, eating human meat and Chiang. And eating these animals and they're doing spell work on YouTube. Yeah, creating fake bodies for you, putting on different planets, putting you in torture chambers. Whoa! 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 It's total zero in the cartel right now because of this. Whoa! And I have to tell, I just have to say, the feds are watching this and they're getting mad because they're just like, how did this happen in American society where this is now entertainment for people that has millions of views? And you need to tell me that people are getting things like this because people are putting human meat in the full supply and storing too much shit. Like you saw the war on drugs in the Philippines and everyone's talking about new longanisa. You have got to be careful. And then you're playing Chiang and you're starting shit in the daily. Those are vicious fucking games. Ooh, tumors. Yeah, malignant. Yes. I'm sorry you guys have to see that, but yeah, because you guys were eating Chiang.
What's a teaser? So, it's an ad for an ad.
Okay, good. So now, what's gonna end up happening is all these TV shows that they put out are gonna end up being removed. No more use of sound technology. No more making these movies about apocalypse and any of this other bullshit unless you're gonna talk about this virtual reality that got started. So now let's move forward. That's all I have for you guys in the coding tutorial update, and also we just approve of chaos. Thank you for watching. Bye.